Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Monday, January 6, 2025. I, of course, am with Originator Success here with your daily mortgage rate update. The only place you can join me on the web at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, here on Facebook and on YouTube each and every weekday morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, give me hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. If you're here live or on the replay, don't forget on Facebook to smash that like button, tag an LO friend, possibly click the little share button down there, share this post in a group. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up on there, maybe hit the notification bell. If you go in, you can change your notifications to be told that I am here live each and every weekday morning. However, if you don't have that set up, you can go ahead and get a reminder that I'm going live each and every weekday morning. If you sign up at hmmr.io/reminder, or take your phone, use this cool QR code down here, and you can sign up for free text alerts that I am going live each and every weekday morning. So go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and say hi to all the live folks who got here this morning. Good morning, Colin Jordan. Happy Monday. Hope you're ready to kick some ass this year. We got Mike Tebow here. Good morning, sir. Mike, you've got to be happy, man. I watched the first half of that Detroit Vikings game, and it was a tight game and a lot of defense, but man, did Detroit break it open in the second half. So good for them. It's awesome to see that kind of success after so many decades of failure and despair. Mike Schmolgen, good morning, sir. Monica Dinkins, good morning. Glad to have you here. Deb Dickinson, hope all is well in your world. Yasmin Martin, good morning. Glenn Boussard, great to see you. Angela Walters, hello. Megan Lindberg, good morning. Krista Votow. Krista, I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you are doing well, my friend. I hope business is providing for you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Amy Blauser, good morning. Great to have you here as well. All right. Harry Dennis, good morning, sir. Great to have you too. So let's go ahead and jump into the good stuff. Brandy Brickler, good morning. Cindy Pulliam, wonderful to have you here. Thank you for joining. So, all right, everybody, let's go ahead and take a look. Mortgage-backed securities are down a few basis points to start the day. They're down about 4 basis points. If you take a look here, we were up a little bit. This is a little bit of trade chatter. We're going to ignore this little dark tower spike here. But the reality is mortgage-backed securities started the day up and then have been losing ground, which basically means pricing right now should be about the same as what we saw on Friday. However, I'm expecting that reprice risk today is pretty moderate. I think we could see bonds continue to lose ground, putting us in a position to see lenders reprice worse. Take a look at this 10-year Treasury yield, 4.62. That is the highest that it has been since back here at the end of December. But if we go back even further than that, you will see that puts us very firmly testing those same levels that we got back in April of 2024, which was our worst pricing of the year. And if you take a look at Mortgage News Daily, use this as a reference point. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this over the last year or so. We'll do this here, right? So mortgage rates were higher here in October of 23. Then here in April of 24. Now, the spread was a little bit wider with the 10-year Treasury and mortgage-backed securities back then. That's why instead of seeing rates at around 7.5, we're actually around that 7 1/8 mark, even though mortgage-backed securities, 10-year Treasury, very similar to where they were then. If we go back to April, let's do this to a year, you could see that back in April here, mortgage-backed securities were down here, right? And that's why that spread, even though back in April, the 10-year Treasury yield was where it is now, mortgage bonds were worse. So we've seen that tighten up a little bit. They were down another 100 basis points, basically. And that's why you're seeing a better pricing and better rates. And hopefully we continue to see that hold on. Now, what do we got going on this week? Well, there is so much data. We are coming back to such a full week of data. By the way, hi, Lisa. Great to see you. Tim Kleiler, great to see you. Good morning. Ron Siegel, awesome to have you. And National Shortbread Day it is. We'll come back to that. So anyway, take a look, y'all. There's a few things that I wanted to go over with you as we take a look here. First things first, if you take a look at expectations of where the Fed will be over the next few months, let's go ahead and there we go. All right, so let's get rid of this little pop-up. All right, right now, expectations are that the Fed is done cutting and will pause at its January meeting at the end of January. That is about 3.5, 4 weeks from now that we will see that next Fed meeting. However, the March meeting, still almost a 50-50 shot that we're going to see a rate cut. I think what's going to happen is as inflation numbers come out this month, as the labor market data comes out this month, I think you're going to see expectations of rates, the Fed policy rate remaining the same. This column is going to continue to move higher. That's not going to be great for mortgage rates. It's going to pressure mortgage rates again. Doesn't have a direct effect necessarily. It's not a one for one, but it is part of the overall view of what's going on. Good morning, Rob Stewart, Mark Clark. Great to have you here as well. Again, looking at where we're at for this year of 2025, expectations are that we're only going to see maybe 1 or 2 cuts this year. Those are the two leaders. There's a 15% expectation we may see no cuts. Put me in that camp. I think we may actually end up in that spot. There is a lot of chatter right now about what's going to happen because of Trump taking over. That's coming up in a little over 2 weeks. Today's the 6th. So no, 2 weeks exactly on the 20th, right? So Trump will be coming in on January 20th. Take a look here. This article in Bloomberg kind of shows how volatile markets are and how reactive they are to any kind of news. This is headlines this morning showing that the rumor, and it is just a rumor, and it came from the Washington Post, which of all places, the Washington Post is a crap, like, to me, it's one of the worst. They're trying to turn it around, but here it is. The Washington Post reported that Trump aides were exploring a tariff plan that only covers critical imports. So the idea that there will be less tariffs than expected. Remember, tariffs are expected to pressure inflation, and Trump's policies overall are expected to pressure inflation. Now, that's not a bad thing when you think about it. It basically, the idea is that Trump is very pro-economy and his administration will result to be pro-economy. As such, that's bad for mortgage rates, but it's good for the overall economy, right? So we saw a little bit of move here on this, but overall, when you take a look, this is something that's got to catch your eye. There's a lot going on this week. We got labor market data. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But we've got a lot of debt coming out this month or this week. A lot of 10-year Treasury, 30-year Treasury. I think we'll take a look at those again in a minute. Starts with the 3-year. In fact, let's go ahead and go to. Let me refresh this and let me make this really small. I want to see if I do that. Dashboard. There we go. Let's get it to. All right. So take a look at the economic calendar. Boy, it is small. Got to get my glasses. All right. So looking at the economic calendar, let's zoom in a little bit now that we can actually see this, right? So we've got a few things going on. So today you've got a lot of activity. We've got global services PMI coming out at about 10 o'clock. We've got the 3-year note auction today. Let's go ahead and take a look at this week. We've got tomorrow on Tuesday, we've got the 10-year Treasury auction coming out. On Wednesday, we've got the 30-year bond and the 17-week bill auctions coming out. So that's a lot of debt. So 119 billion in new issuance. So this is fresh issuance this week, not just the resales. So there is a lot of money going in. Now, when there's an increase of supply when it comes to bonds, well, that means there's less demand, and that means that prices drop. When prices drop, we see that 10-year Treasury yield go ahead and move higher. So the 10-year Treasury yield, this is such an annoying thing. It just constantly locks up here. 10-year Treasury yield currently 4.63. could push up to 4.7, right? We could see it continue to move higher, which mortgage-backed securities could continue to move lower. That means worse mortgage pricing. So reprice risk on the day today is moderate. There's a good chance that we may see things continue to worsen through the day. Keep an eye on that. Overall, the locking very much the same that it has been as far as where I would be. Current lock advice is to protect your pipeline. Anything closing in less than 15 days, consider locking. We've got labor market data come in this week. We've got JOLTS tomorrow. We've got the ADP numbers on Wednesday. Those aren't going to be a big deal. JOLTS going to move tomorrow morning's numbers. Thursday, we're going to get continuing and new unemployment claims, and that happens every week, but we have seen a little bit of a reaction to that each and every week. And then finally on Friday, we're going to get the BLS jobs report. And that's the one that we have to watch out for the most. So again, I'm really not a big fan of where things are headed. I think that the idea is inflation is going to continue to creep up a little bit. The Fed not going to cut the Fed funds rate. There's no reason to expect mortgage rates to improve from here. My advice remains to go ahead and lock your pipeline. If you'd like to learn more and get a written thing about what we said today, you can sign up for our free email lock advice, www.ratelockadvice.com. Let's take a look and see what that looks like this morning. There. Oh, that's not very readable, is it? Let's see if can we get rid of this? There it is. Can't you pop one out? I don't use Gmail enough. This is why when I tell you guys I don't check my email, I'm not kidding. Let me move this over like this. Okay, so taking a look here. If you would like to go ahead and sign up for the free email to your inbox each and every weekday morning, you can sign up for that. It's at www.ratelockadvice.com. You can also sign up for our text alerts. They're $7 a month, www.ratetextalerts.com. With the text alerts, we send out a few different alerts during the day. There is a morning alert, there is an afternoon alert, and then there's alerts if we're afraid we're going to see reprices worse, or we alert you when you want to hold off locking because we think we're going to see reprices better. If you'd like to be reminded I'm going live each day, you can go ahead and do that here. Last but not least, check us out at originatorssuccess.com. Find out how we help you get loans from Google and social media with all of our different parts of our platform. So that's it, my friends. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for this morning. Hope you all have a fantastic day. It was great to see everybody. Mike Morano, Alan Christian, good morning, y'all. Allison Foy, giddy up, Mr. Randy Teakle, Thomas Wolf, good morning. Rock, great to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. So, all right, everybody, that's it for today. Again, kind of sums it up. Hope we have a better day than I think we're going to have, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.